Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. About 3.5 years ago, I decided to go to the Women's March. I needed the company of those souls around me to just feel more myself. It's crazy how the self is truly social, and we are a product or a byproduct of everything and everyone we ever come in contact with. And the more we come in contact with, the more we evolve. So I decided to take the bus from Savannah to DC. I was excited about riding a bus and doing this bus trip with sisters and like-minded folk, and it was going to be so good. And then I was like maybe 20 minutes into the bus ride, and I remember why I don't do bus rides anymore. So I called the airlines and booked a trip back for Jenny, my manager, and sister, and I. And so the day of the march, we did the march. We had an amazing time, incredible time, and we went to the airport to fly back. Now, folks were kind of staring at us, and we were like, why are people staring at us? And I did have on a scarf that said Hillary Clinton. Um, and I realized that all the people in the airport were people who had been there for President Trump's inauguration. And so we were kind of swimming against the tide. So we sit down on the plane, and there was some brouhaha with our plane and the seat that we were supposed to have and didn't have, and then we got a seat. And the woman behind us and the man, I don't think they saw us when we came in. They were engaged in conversation. And we were there, and it was kind of tense, and people staring at us, and we're like, what? So the woman behind us, we could hear her talking. She and the man were kind of chatting a lot. And they were strangers to one another, but, united in their cause. And the woman said she was just so elated now. She was so happy because she was finally safe and free. And I'm like wondering what she didn't feel. We're all Americans. Why didn't you feel safe or free? And she goes on, and then she says she can finally speak her mind. She can say what she wants to say without anybody correcting her or telling her that she's wrong, that this isn't a good opinion. She can finally speak her mind and say whatever she wants to say. And I'm like, well, what is it that she wants to say that she couldn't say before? And blah, blah, blah. And she went on to talk about how she could say things that other people called politically incorrect. She could call people what they were. She could say the words that she liked, the words that she was used to, the things. She could do all of that. The man that was with her said he knew what he was talking about, and he would try to date women, and when they found out that he was a supporter of somebody that they wasn't a supporter of, then they didn't really want to continue dating him. And why would somebody not want to date me because I was all in for him, and that's crazy. And so we just listened to this conversation. We're like, so the plane lands, and we're landing in Atlanta to connect back to Savannah. And we stand up, and the woman and the man behind us are like, because they revealed their secrets. and they felt like they had enemies in the camp. Well, here's the part I want you to see. That and this. There was a man midway to the back of the plane, and he yelled forward and said, hey guys, can you guys let me through? I really got a tight connection. I really got to get to my flight. And I've been on planes like 6 times in a week, so this happens all the time. So everybody was like, we got flights to catch too. We got flights to catch. No, we got flights to catch. And I've never seen this behavior where no one is willing to let the person through. We all got flights to catch. Rah, 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 rah. And so, when you fly a lot, you know how to maneuver on a plane. So I stepped further into the aisle, and I reached back and I said, young man, give me your hand. And he reached forward and he pushed through to get forward. And I pulled him through those folks. And I said, you go ahead in front of me. And he said, thank you so much. I said, no, wait a minute. These are your people, and they won't let you through. And I looked over to the woman and I said, how safe are you really in a camp of hostile people? And he was like, thank you, ma'am, thank you. And, he looked like I'm betraying my cause. And he went on through, and I just looked at her, and we got off the plane and went on to our next connection. People. If the enemy of your enemy becomes your friend, you don't have a friend. You have an enemy who's on your side until they can eliminate everybody else. Just stay on the side of right. Stay on the side of joy. Stay on the side of hope. Stay on the side of peace. Stay on the side of light. Stay on the side of love. If you don't agree with what I agree with, just accept this simple truth. I love you.